So for today's meta breakdown, I don't want to talk about anything that wasn't the provisional because there's so much information that we have. Right after this, I'm going to talk about the overall character breakdown for the entire current format of My Hero. I've got all the information. But I just want to really focus on the provisionals because it is the biggest event that not only My Hero Academia collectible card game has ever had, but I believe, please chat, correct me if I'm wrong, it is the largest event that Universes as a whole has ever had. And so I do want to talk about just the provisionals and what it means for the metagame. If these past 6-7 weeks that we've had leading up to, I think it's 6 weeks leading up to competitive play, if casual play has reflected on it, and what we really see, what we saw, what we will see in the future, because we do have another one coming up here in about a month, which if you are watching this video right now, whether it live or over on YouTube, you have missed the sign up date for, because apparently it sold out like that. I was lucky and blessed enough to accidentally wake up at 10 o'clock in the morning from my degenerate streamer hours, and I gotta take it in. So I will be there for the second one, unless Jasko wants to pay me the big bucks, in which case I will commentate. So with that, we've got the meta breakdown. I'm gonna go ahead and leave my my thing up on the top because I want chat to really get involved with what's going on here. Let's do cam and stuff. Let's actually just bring you down just a little bit further, huh? Let's really get as much of chat on screen as possible. Yeah. Oh, nope. Everything's getting wrecked. Everything is awful. There we go. Yep, and now we'll lock it back. Okay, so the meta breakdown for it's February still technically. But I'm gonna talk about the Provisional Showdown, hosted by Carta Magica. I gotta say, fantastic job. Everybody claps in chat for Carta Magica. What a smoothly run online tournament. 8 rounds is no small feat, and we didn't get it done we got it done roughly in 12 hours, which is really, really good. I think they handled time really well. I think they handled there were no repairs. This event was so smooth all the way up until the very end, which we'll talk about. It was so smooth, so smooth. So big shout outs to Carta Magica. I am excited to see how PPG handles their event. I hope and pray that it is as smooth as Carta did. Yeah, it was fun. It was a blast. Honestly, streaming it was not as bad as streaming the 1K. I only had one person say that they didn't want me to stream my match, which is totally chill. If anybody out there, if you are ever being streamed, not by me, but by anybody else, you can certainly, sorry, not just by me, but by anybody else, you can certainly say that you don't want to be live on a website, and that is totally within your legal right. Make sure that you push it through. So with that, we have our hero breakdown. Here are the characters that were played inside of the event. It was 256, I believe, was the cap. I want to say a couple people dropped out, but I did not calculate all those numbers. Starting from the top. At the most, we've got 37 Kirishimas, which is not as many, honestly, as I thought that we would have. But that number is hidden. That is not a real statistic. It's 37 asterisks because of how sideboarding works, and we'll talk about it at the very end. The second most represented character is All Might 3. Ojiro. Ojiro's third. No, Jiro's third. Ochako 1 is fourth, and fifth we had Atsui as our 5 most represented characters. And I gotta say, there are a couple in there that surprised me. First and foremost, All Might 3 being the second most represented character is a bit surprising. That's not what the data has said even a little bit. The data has said that it was going to be Kirishima, Jiro, and Eraserhead. And Eraserhead's like all the way down here at the mid-top of the pack at 15, right? 15, 16, 16, 17, 17. Like, Jiro and Eraserhead are supposed to be right up here. But the reason that I say that this Kirishima number is deceiving is because I'm sure that 99, if not 100% of the All Mights were sideboarding into Kirishima. And so Kirishima more looks like it was about 50%, 70 people, 60. Wow, every number but the one I said. 60 representatives with this. And then we do have some others that could play it, right? Like we could play Jiro under the good symbol and sideboarding Kirishima. We could play some of this. Yeah, there's plenty of characters, right? We've got Kame Woods, like chat said. We've got Nomu, he can do it. I know that I sent one of the people I was coaching. I sent them in as Kirishima, and we were mainboarding All Might 2 in case we lost the first one, so that we can just jam through and just kill people before time happens, and just be aggressive. Like, that was a strategy and play that we could do. So you could just go the other way with it, right? Like, play these crazy offensive games as All Might 2 and then sideboard into Kirishima later. And I know a lot of people have poo-pooed on Kirishima, and I'm actually gonna talk about the Kirishima problem and what I feel are solutions to the problem as a general whole, unbiased, and then I'm gonna give my opinion on it, real Philly D style. So after this breakdown, stay tuned on the stream and see that, or on YouTube. Go find that video. I'm not your dad. Go figure it out though. But the absolute thing that stunned me the most is this number right here. What the heck happened, right? And I don't want to like toot my own horn and say that this Ochako 1 is the character that has the most success at the biggest tournament that was played out, because like it technically was, but it wasn't the biggest event. Like there was a the first webcam event was bigger, but it had a bigger prize than regular weekly events. Like I do think that like Ochako is a damn good character, and I could make a whole clinic on the reason of like why I played Ochako. Ochako Death, she plays Shigaraki deck. The thing is, Tarl, is that's not even the Ochako that has the death symbol. That Ochako is down here as rookie of the month. This character is making a huge splash, which we will get to. I feel like Erago has one of the best matchups versus Kirishima. I think Jiro does it better, but Ochako has a similar game plan. You're true goal. I'm just surprised at like why weren't these Ochakos playing as Jiro? Was it literally, and here I'll say my own name, was it literally the fact that TamCardwell's deck did so well at the 1K and people just net decked that, maybe changed a couple cards and then shipped it, or like why is Ochako here and not here? Because if we combine these like Ochako decks, right? Let's say that on average, right, you take half of these Ochako characters and you make them into Jiro like they want to be. That's 28. That's only 10 away from Kirishima, and so like this number here I think is really interesting. It's interesting. Besides that, the other things that surprised me is honestly, I mean, we talked about 15 Eraserheads, right? Kamui Woods came out in a big number, but I do know, like I've got inside information that the Florida boys were actually just substitution jutsuing into Todoroki, and so like this number is not really this number; it's this number plus 5 or whatever. 5 All Might True Forms, crazy, including one that I believe topped. Yes. We'll see that in a bit. Only 5 Bakugos, which is interesting because he's one of the most represented characters in all of our major event characters, but he was just like not represented here. I expected him to be up here in this 15, 16, 17 category. Like that's where his numbers stated that he should be, but he's all the way down here at 5. Mina having 5 characters is so interesting. I think that it is like this deck is such a wheelie bin of just like, whoop, I accidentally found you. Boop. Oh man, I guess I will play this Pillow Swing as the 5th card in my pool. Catch. I think it's really cool. And then everything else is kind of like a meta choice of like, oh, I'm playing Ojoro to beat Kirishima, I'm playing Todoroki to beat Kirishima, I'm playing Denki to beat like Nomu's, Shoji to loop stuff, Ida, blah 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 blah. I will say that this breakdown is crazy. This breakdown is so cool because there are only 2 characters in our first major event to not be represented, and that is All Might 1 and Ida 2 dot. Everybody else was represented with at least 1 character, including Sarah and Midoriya. And this is also surprising because Sarah also, previously before this, was apparently like a crazy fun kitchen table week. Gotta stop mistaking weekly for fun with actual competitive play. Yeah, that's the point. God Complex is I wanted to see how close our non-competitive weekly events would actually transfer to competitive play. And without besides these couple of outliers, it's pretty stacked correctly, right? Like Kirishima is the top dog. Jiro is coming in very close. Eraserhead are the top three. That might now have changed because of like All Might, but like Atsui's up there, Tokuyami's up there. Ochako too has had the craziest spike of all time. She is now, with only being out for like 3 weeks, 4 weeks, maybe. No, it's not even 4 weeks. No, it's been a month. What, 2-3 weeks? She's now in the top 10 represented characters, which is a graph we'll get to. Like this character is very, very, very represented. It is cool. But yeah, I'm happy with this spread, honestly. I like, obviously everybody once again is hating on the big dog Kirishima and just like begging for something to change. But I think this is a fairly healthy format. I would love to see some of these other numbers be pumped up, but just a little bit. But these, like, we all know that like Shoji was not going to come and be the most represented character. We know that. This is set 1, and Shoji does not have that many tools. I think there is I think this is a pretty good representation of what our meta looks like for set 1, and genuinely I am happy with it. And so I'm actually gonna set up a poll. Are you guys happy? Yes, no, meh. Are you happy with this breakdown? 1, 2s, and 3s in chat. I would love to see your guys' your opinions, your thoughts. And obviously, like, I'm only giving you 3 options, and there's a million ways that you could take this, right? There's a million ways of like, I'm unhappy because Kirishima is the most represented character and won the most, and they won the whole tournament. Spoilers. I'm bummed about it. But like, search your feelings. Are you happy with how the set 1 meta is going in comparison to the way that you play the game, in comparison to other people playing, in comparison to other card games that exist, in comparison to standard universes, right? Like, my personal opinion is, like, inside of a set 1, I think this looks great, guys. I think I am happy, personally. I am personally happy. A lot of people are mez. Mez our most represented category. I'll let this chill for like another minute. I know the provisional time. Hype. Yeah, overall, it feels like this is a pretty positive experience, really. And I appreciate you guys all casting your vote, making your voices heard. I do know that people at Jasco do watch these videos, and so this is like a very obvious way to make your voice heard. Very easy. Top 16 had these ratios, I'd be happier. That is fair, and we will get to the top 16 actually, I believe, like right now. So here's our going from first down to 16th. I'm just gonna show them. Oh, I guess I'll make my thing like a little smaller. Sorry, chat. Sorry, gotta make you tiny. Whoop. Oh, what happened here? Go to Twitch background, and we make you big. Can we make you big? I can't make you any bigger? Oh, well, I guess I'll just make you smaller. I guess that's the way to do it. I don't love it, but I guess that's what we gotta do. All right, yeah, we got Kevin Broberg in first, Chris Nixon, Levy all playing Kirishima, Void Good Void, Chris Bromley, coming in, into fourth, and here's the big thing, This is really, I love these little player cards. It's so rad. Look at the accolades for what's going on in all of these things. This is so neat. New to the Universe's collectible card game. Content creator for YouTube Unfun Stuff. Like, this is really neat. I kind of wish they would have said that Levy had a YouTube channel, but that's okay. He probably didn't put it on his sheet. That's all right. We have Wesley Bittner in 5th playing Jiro. Another Kirishima under Void. Sam Tate with a good All Might 3. Jose Ramos with an Earth Kirishima, our first Earth Kirishima. That's very, very cool. We love to see it. We had Daniel Nelson, whose team is apparently the Dallas Crowboys. Big fan of the Dallas Crowboys, I guess. Okay. We got Clinton Thomas, Jacob Johnson, John Stone, Andrew Dovell, Kirk Polka, who's playing a good and an Earth deck. So somebody's got to get on that. Ryan Field playing Kirishima, John Atchison playing Kirishima. Now, if you notice, there was a lot of the Hardboyd. That is because literally half of our top 16 breakdown was Kirishima. The other half was fairly represented with the top cuts. We had two Jiros. We had one Tokoyami. Ochako had a double-digit number. Kamui Woods had a double-digit number. All Might was very close at a double-digit number with 8. All Might 1 had 20 people. True Form All Might had 1, which is crazy. I do want to talk about the thing that happened with top cuts. So this is, I believe, Carta Magico's very first big, major, huge My Hero event, and honestly, this is the first provisional event that's ever been had. So the fact that we only had this one big debacle is honestly pretty good. I feel at least. Go back. Inside of Top Cuts, they made their strength of schedule wonky, right? Jasco said that we're going to break our strength of schedule down one way, but Carta Magica broke their strength of schedule down a different way, and so it actually messed up what the top 16 looked like. And I believe that there were like 4 or 5 places that were different, including like 2 or 3 people that got cut from top 16. I don't have those player cards, obviously. I genuinely don't remember who it was, because I just didn't want to spread false information about who top 16 was. But big shout outs to it's kind of hilarious to get my "you're not in top 16" message. Oh no, sorry, got complex. It is unfortunate that it happened. I hope that Jasco's doing what they're supposed to do. I have my takes on what should happen, but I'm not going to use this platform here to talk about my personal thoughts. Just more data, more facts. And so yeah, we had half of the top 8 be Kirishimas. Now, there's a couple reasons for this. Number 1, Kirishima is the best character in the format, obviously. Kirishima was the most represented character in the format, as well as Kirishima was played by some of the best Universes players that have ever played the game, right? Like your finals was between 2 champions, and I believe finals were between the 2 people who got first and second in the whole tournament. We had Kevin Ripper versus Chris Nixon in the finals. We had our first seed and second seed, two titans of the game battling it out and just proving that they were truly the best players at the game. They made the right meta choice in order to bring Kirishima. They were both playing 2 different decks, like it's not even the same copied deck. And so, like, everybody else was trying to not just fight Kirishima, but they're also trying to fight these 2 titans. And we do have other big names inside of our top 16. We do have other people with plenty of accolades, as said on their scorecard. But really, it was we had a lot of killers come and swing for the fences, and they were just happened to be playing Kirishima. I'm bummed that Ochako 1 didn't make it in. I think that character is super, super rad. I am surprised, genuinely, that All Might True Form got in. Everything else is not that big of a surprise to me. People have been absolutely in love with Ochako 2. I think All Might 2, the guy the person that played it, Jacob Johnson, he is a local. I've seen this deck in action. It is an absolute monster when it works, but apparently, 6-1-1, it doesn't get there sometimes. I haven't seen it playing against Kirishima, but like I think All Might 2 is one of those characters that is going to have success for the rest of his career. Tokoyami is honestly a bit of a surprise. That character has a lot of popularity, but he is a very hit or miss, and so I'm super happy that Tokoyami got to go in. I know that in our chat, Damdel has been grinding this matchup, and I've seen iteration after iteration of this Tokoyami deck. So I'm super happy that he got to flaunt his stuff and really show his creativity and his deck building. So rad. Tokoyami was Damdel, correct? Yep. And then here was our bracket. It's interesting that we ran our bracket like an actual bracket as opposed to normally the way that Universus has done things is it has always been top seed fights bottom seed and things get reseeded as we go from 16 to 8 to 4 to finals. And so having us run this bracket like this, it might have been an easier way for Broberg and Nixon to fight each other, but it was interesting that they decided to do this way. Here is what I feel. Here is my personal opinion. If my hero has decided, and this is the way that the first provisional was run, they should keep this up the entire time. They should 100% keep this as a locked bracket that you play through for at least the provisional showdowns. I think if you mess up and you change up the ways that you do this bracket for like the next one, or maybe even the IRL Legendary Wolf one, I think it's going to not cheapen but worsen the data that we get on how these events work, because this is just a slightly different way to to do top 16. Not a bad way by any means, but just a different way. I just want to make sure that anybody with that big capital J next to their name is listening. You should keep this as is so that my info is correct. But that was really it. Big shout out to Kevin Broberg and Chris Nixon for top 2. God, it will change it. Perfect. That was what I that I did. Tam is Roni's confirmed. I won't talk about it on the video, but man, it's frustrating. Big shout out to Kevin Broberg and Chris Nixon for playing. I'm very happy with the event as it was ran. As I was playing D&D on Sunday, I had all of Top Cuts in my ears the entire time. It was very cool. Yeah, it was fun. It was super fun. So upcoming events, the big ones. So this is our weekly calendar. We've got set 2 character reveals happening all this week, as well as set 2 reveals. So it looks like on Friday we're getting our last character. I hope it's our last character. I hope they don't like space out the provisionals and the plus ultra pack characters. That would be a little weird, a little different. But Provisional Showdown happening on March 12th, like I said at the top of the video. If you have not signed up, you have missed your chance. It is done. It is over. They have sold out. So make sure that you go to the official Twitch channel for My Hero and follow them so that you can find coverage. Or I don't know, you could click the follow button here and go over on twitch.tv/TamCardwell. You can also find at least one perspective of coverage there. But yeah, I'm super excited for the March 12th one. I got some spice brewing up, and I'm excited to see what happens. Continuing, as well as this weekend. Chat, raise your hand if you have $10. I do. I have $10. If you have $10 and you want to play in a tabletop simulator tournament hosted by Ace Maneuvers, it is happening this weekend. Coverage will be happening over on this channel, twitch.tv/TamCardwell. Currently, we've only got like 8 people signed up, and the winner of this tournament gets an entire box. Do you want to pay $10 for a whole box of Crimson Rampage as soon as it comes out? Come and sign up for this tournament. There is, I guess I don't have a link in the description down below, but you can certainly go to Ace. Go find it. I can go find the thing. I guess I'm just not organized. But seriously, this is put on by a one of your top 16 champions, Sam Tate. He there is this put on by Sam Tate. Sign up in the description down below. This is like an entire video of how to sign up for it. I am excited. I'm excited to see how it works. I learned to not play a deck without testing the morning of. That is a good point, Vice. That's a good point. With that, let's move on. The 2022 recap so far. Honestly, I am incredibly happy. I'm incredibly happy. There's been a lot of complaining about Kirishima so far. about the fact that he is the big baddie of the format. We all knew this whenever we came into this tournament. It was a predestined fact that we knew that Kirishima was going to do well. I'm happy that the character's doing well. I'm happy to see how far that the metagame has pushed beyond. I'm happy with the game, genuinely. If I would have put that poll back up, I would click 1 all day. I'm really, really happy. Do I think some stuff is a little torqued? Yes. I just think that there is so much more game to be played. There is so much more universe to be played, and we haven't even gotten to set 2. I love that there's, out of our 30 characters that we get to play, that it's not just a 4-character top. If we go all the way back and we look at the breakdown, the fact that we have double-digit characters in our 30-card game all the way up to here in our 100-person tournament is insane to me. It's really, really cool, and I'm very, very happy about it. I'm very, very happy about it. So with that, that's all I got. That's all I got for the breakdown this week. Next week I'm going to have back to our regular scheduled program of looking at every event that happens throughout the week. I thought this week was just important to really capitalize on what was going on the provisional tournament. And for all of you guys who are going to stick around, I actually want to talk, and I want to give